Coming up on Spartan Sports Report, our reporters travel down to the Carolinas, following alongside the men's and women's basketball teams as they look to make an NCAA tournament run. In a thrilling overtime game, Michigan State hockey did something it had never done before in its history. And fans packed into a sold-out Jenison Fieldhouse to get a glimpse of the MSU gymnastics chance at a Big Ten title.
Welcome into a new edition of Spartan Sports Report. I'm Parker Bevins.
And I'm Derek Mitchell. From down in the Carolinas to back in East Lansing, Michigan State had teams competing in both regular season and postseason play.
A couple of Michigan State teams claimed championships while some ended their season short of glory. Derek, let's start with men's basketball down in Charlotte.
For 26 years, Michigan State men's basketball fans could count on one thing: Tom Izzo bringing his team to the March Madness tournament. This year, despite the roller coaster season, the Spartans went dancing, earning a 9 seed. Their first test was 8th seed at Mississippi State. Things clicked early for the Spartans that hadn't all season, shooting out to a 20-8 lead in the first 10 minutes and ending the first half up 31-24. Junior guard Jaden Akins was all over the court with 15 points and 7 rebounds. Mighty Sissoko came off the bench for 9 rebounds, and Tyson Walker led the team with 17 points, keeping the Spartans up through the second half for a final score of 69-51. The Spartans won this battle for the title of MSU, and SSR reporter Ethan Hunter was in Charlotte to ask fans of both sides who the title belongs to.
When chants of go green, go white fade into maroon and white, you know you're at neutral site basketball. And there's no bigger stage than March Madness.
It's been such an honor and a privilege to be able to play in a band like Michigan State's band and support our team. And we're all just really excited.
But in the first game of the round of 64 in Charlotte, the players were playing for more than a ticket to stay through Saturday. They're both playing to claim MSU.
Hands down, Michigan State. It's not even a comparison.
For anyone in East Lansing, that's the answer. But down south, MSU has meant Mississippi State.
Since I was about an hour old.
And here in the South, there's one thing that can validate your program.
Well, in the Southeastern Conference, football, basketball.
The last time the Spartans and Bulldogs faced off was in 1972, and Michigan State is now 4-0 after yesterday. The Spartans also have a 2-1-1 edge in football. For the Spartan faithful, though, the numbers don't matter. MSU will always be...
Oh, Michigan State, without a doubt. I mean, we're a blue blood program. Mississippi State is not, so we're the real MSU.
Tom Izzo gets his record 17th NCAA tournament win as the lower seed, and the team advanced to the round of 32, where they took on the number 1 seeded North Carolina. The game felt like a North Carolina home game in Charlotte, as the arena was filled with Tar Heel blue. But Michigan State silenced the crowd, going up 12 in the first 10 minutes. North Carolina responded, though, going on a 23-3 run to end the first half up 40-31. The Spartans were able to get back within 2, but never regained the lead, as Harrison Ingram's 5 threes and R.J. Davis's 20 points got the Tar Heels the 85-69 win. In their last game in the green and white, Tyson Walker scored 24 points and Malik Hall had 17 and 9 rebounds. In the locker room after the loss, all the seniors had something to say about their last time in East Lansing.
It sucks to lose, but the last 5 years has been everything that I've ever dreamed of, and I'm so appreciative of the fans, all the guys on the team, managers, secretaries. Go down the list of who I'm thankful for, and letting me live out my childhood dream. And I got a lot of stories to tell my future kids, and a lot of memories that I made with my father.
This meant everything to me. They took me and with no basketball skills and didn't know nothing about basketball. Just was playing in high school, and it just anybody can do that, just dunking the ball. But ever since I come to Michigan State, they were just teaching me how to play the game of basketball, and that's what they did for my last 4 years. And I can't thank the people here and who build these programs and to be a top program in the country, and I can't thank them enough to give me a chance and to come here and to be Spartan up for life.
So much good that comes to this place, so much culture, so much family atmosphere. So that's the hardest part. You feel like you're leaving your brothers, leaving your family. So it's the hardest thing to take from it.
Just everybody being thankful for each other, thankful for this year, different relationships that we've had. They're very important, very special. I think there's more conversations to be had after, just because it's all so fresh.
The basketball team ends the season 20-15, despite not making it out of the first weekend. This is the 23rd time the Spartans have won at least 20 games in the season under Tom Izzo.
MSU women's basketball also played North Carolina this weekend, this time in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The 9-seeded Spartans took on the 8-seed Tar Heels in Columbia, South Carolina. UNC took a commanding 16-point lead in the first quarter and held a double-digit lead for most of the game. But in the fourth quarter, the Spartans went on a 21-7 run to cut the deficit to 1 with a minute left. They had a chance to take the lead, but just could not secure key rebounds off missed free throws in the final seconds, losing 59-56. It was the final game for Mo Joyner and Tori Osment, and the whole team was emotional after the loss.
I'm so happy to just be in the NCAA tournament. Definitely want to make a run, or at least try to, but it's just how it goes, and I'm just so happy to be here. I kind of described it as like a dream come true. I've been a Spartan fan since I was a little girl, and to be here for 5 years has been amazing, and for this to be the season I go out, I'm so happy to just be healthy, just be playing, and doing it with my teammates.
This is why I came back, to try to, come back to the tournament and kind of elevate this program. So this was kind of our goal all year, and we worked hard for it. We got here, we didn't get the result, but I know this team will be back.
It's hard right after a game, but when we can zoom out a little bit, this group has really, I'm really proud of this group. I think they just did, we see it on game day, but we see it behind the scenes, and there was just a lot of really cool growth and things that happened in our squad this year.
The first season of the Robin Fralick era ends with 22 wins, the most for the program since 2016.
The Spartans had their first spring football practice as the Smith era is officially underway. Michigan State's 26th head coach Jonathan Smith and his team took to the field for the first time together this past Tuesday at the Duffy Daugherty football field. This was the first time the public got to see the new quarterback, sophomore Aiden Childs in green and white. He was one of the 11 transfers who the Spartans welcomed to the team in January, joining the 53 returning letter winners from last season. Both Smith and Childs traveled coast to coast from Oregon State with one goal in mind: to win football games. With a new coaching regime, the team is looking to change the culture after a disappointing season. Smith led Oregon State to new heights during his tenure and is excited to continue that momentum at Michigan State. Michigan State will have a total of 15 practices before their spring showcase on Saturday, April 20th in Spartan Stadium.
The Michigan State hockey team was back at home at Munn Ice Arena to take on the Michigan Wolverines last Saturday night. They look to win the Big Ten tournament title just 3 weeks after winning the Big Ten regular season title. After a goal in the first minute from Michigan's Frank Nazer, the ice was tilted in favor of the Wolverines until a response from Michigan State's Tanner Kelly left both teams tied at the end of the first period. While the second period started off slow, in the last 10 minutes there were 5 goals combined, starting with a goal from Danny Russell, making it 2-1. Minutes later, Michigan scored their second and third goals of the night, but the Spartans would answer with a goal from Jeremy Davidson and a buzzer beater from Matt Basgall, scoring in the last 0.7 seconds, ending the period with MSU in the lead 4-3. Early in the third period, Nazer would score once more for the Wolverines, proving that 60 minutes was just not enough time to determine a winner, taking the matchup into overtime. Patrick Geary would go on to be the hero for the Spartans, beating Barczewski with a shot from the point, clinching the win for the Spartans and earning the Big Ten title for the first time in program history. With the championship win, the Spartans would clinch a number 1 seed in the NCAA hockey tournament. Their next matchup is set for Friday against number 4 Western Michigan in Maryland Heights, Missouri, where they are looking to get one step closer to a trip to St. Paul, Minnesota for the Frozen Four.
This past Saturday, the gymnastics team hosted the Big Ten championships at Jennison Fieldhouse. The Spartans walked in as the number 1 seed after going undefeated in the conference. The Spartans had a strong start on the floor with Ellie Buffet scoring a 9.9, followed by an incredible 9.95 from Skylar Schulte, who tied for first place in the event. Moving to the vault, Sage Kellerman earned third place with a stunning 9.9 to finish off the second rotation and extend the Spartan lead. On the bars, Schulte, Olivia Zarmani, and Nikki Smith tied the take-home third place titles, all scoring 9.9s. Heading into the final rotation, MSU held a lead of just 1/10 of a point over Minnesota. Bailey Garcia tied for first place on the beam with a score of 9.925, and Gabby Stephen would follow with a 9.875 to secure the win. After the stellar performance, Michigan State took home their first conference championship in program history with an overall score of 197.6. In addition, the Spartans had 7 gymnasts selected for the all-championship team. Skylar Schulte also becoming Michigan State's first all-around Big Ten champion, scoring a 39.6 overall. Following their record-breaking performance, the team is heading to Florida as the 3 seed for the NCAA Gainesville Regional on April 5th, competing against Utah, Towson, and Maryland, with gymnastics and hockey each taking Big Ten titles in East Lansing and earning their NCAA bids. Athletic Director Alan Haller expressed his joy after the big weekend.
And it was more than just winning. It just all of the effort that so many people put in place for it to end that way. It'll go down as one of the best days of my life.
Michigan State men's tennis took on a pair of Big Ten opponents over the weekend, facing a ranked Nebraska squad on Friday and Wisconsin on Sunday. Starting with Nebraska, doubles pair Graydon Layer and Ozan Barish clinched the doubles point for the Spartans, winning the second match of the weekend 6-4. Next up in singles, here's Max Sheldon beating his opponent with another score of 6-4, which would secure the 5-2 win against the 53rd ranked Cornhuskers. Now on to Wisconsin. Once again, here's the dynamic duo of Graydon Layer and Ozan Barish clinching the doubles point. Now on the court, Ronald Homan in a nice back-and-forth rally that Wisconsin just can't return, and the Spartans end up sweeping the Badgers 7-0. Michigan State moves to 16-3 overall on the season and will be traveling out west for its first road matches of the Big Ten season, facing both Illinois and Northwestern.
MSU baseball had a packed week with a game at home against Purdue Fort Wayne on Tuesday, and then heading on the road to open Big Ten play against Maryland. Michigan State dominated Purdue Fort Wayne, winning 11-1 in 8 innings. East Lansing native Sam Bush went yard for the 4th time this year and ended with 4 RBIs on the day. In College Park, in 2 of the 3 games against the Terrapins, MSU suffered heartbreaking walk-off losses in extra innings. They were able to take the middle of the game by a score of 5-2 by leaning on senior pitcher Nick Powers, who only allowed 2 runs in the 8 innings of work. Michigan State has 5 games this week, starting in Ann Arbor on Tuesday, at Michigan, hosting Oakland on Wednesday, and then playing 3 games against Rutgers over the weekend.
That's all we have for you today on Spartan Sports Report, a week filled with bringing home championships.
Make sure to follow all of our social media accounts to stay up to date on all of Spartan Sports continuing through the rest of the semester. I'm Derek Mitchell.
And I'm Parker Bevins. Thank you so much for watching.